Good evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to share about the curriculum development process and some important curriculum models. This is Ma'am.
Ikaw ang bastos. Hayop ka! Ako ngayon ang hayop. Hindi ikaw.
So, curriculum development process. Curriculum development process is a dynamic process involving many different people and procedures. Development cannot changes, which is systematic. So, a change for the better means alteration, modification, or improvement of existing condition. So, for those specific changes, development should be purposeful, planned, and progressive. So, ang kaning curriculum development is basically the process of improving and organizing what student will learn in school. So, dili lang siya one-time thing, but a continuous process involving teachers, school heads, even the community. So, the goal is always to change for the better, making learning more effective, updated, and relevant. Please connect, ma'am. So this process has four main phases. The first is curriculum planning. Curriculum planning considers the school vision, mission, and goals. It also includes the philosophy or strong education belief of the school. So all of this will eventually be translated to classroom desired learning outcomes for the learners. So ang kaning curriculum guys, kay curriculum planning guys is this is where we look at the school's vision, mission, and goals. Like kanang unsa man jud ang gusto maabot para sa tuang mga students. So we also think about the school's philosophy, unsa nga klase nga learners gusto nato i-produce from her. So dapat mag-set ta og learning outcomes. So the second is curriculum designing. Is the way curriculum is conceptualized to include the selection and organization of content, the selection and organization of learning experiences or activities, and the selection of the assessment, procedures, tools, and measure achieve learning outcomes. So, ang kaning curriculum designing, guys, is this is a blueprint stage. So, we decide what to teach, how to organize it, and how to assess it. So, example ka na magplano ta og group work, hands-on activities, and this to measure the learning. This connects, ma'am.
Aaminin ko na kung sinang boss ko.
So the third is curriculum implementing. Curriculum implementing is putting into action the plan, which is based on the curriculum design. In the classroom, setting or the learning environment. So the teacher is the is the facilitator of learning and together with the learners uses curriculum as design guides to what will transfer in the classroom. So ang kaning curriculum implementing guys, kay this is where actions happens. So ang teachers teach, students learn. So the teacher is the facilitator guiding the class based on the curriculum design. So mao ni ang kanang classroom time, discussions and projects and activities. So the fourth is curriculum evaluating. So curriculum evaluating determines the extent to which the desired outcomes have been achieved. So this procedure is ongoing as in finding out the progress of learning, formative or the mastery of learning, summative. So ang kaning curriculum evaluating, which rate of the learning goals are met. So summative, formative, while learning is ongoing, sometimes summative at the end. So we also find out what worked well and what needs improvement. So example, kanang mga students na kanang maayo sila ang mga subjects. So kanang asa sila naikuha nga kuan ba nang ko sila ma-learn ang mga subject. So mao na siyang example sa evaluation nga dapat ato jud kanang pangutan-on ng mga students kung asa sila mas nalisuran or asa sila mas maayuhan. So,
Relax ka lang.
this connects
Mag-usap
from.
tayo. Walang mangyayari sa'yo.
So, we have a curriculum development process models. So, the first is Ralph-Tyler model or four basic principles. So, also known as Tyler's rationale. So, the curriculum development model emphasizes the planning phase. So, this is presented in his book. So, iyahang book ay Basic Principles of Curriculum and Instruction. So he posited four fundamental principles which are illustrated and answers to the following question. So guys, kani sa rough dial model is like the OG or pinaka-classic na curriculum framework. So mura very systematic and organized and kanang grabe kay siya ka-organize kay like four questions kanang dapat ang sundon sa teachers or sa mga students. So this connects So, mauni ang four questions ni Ralph Tyler. So, the first is, what educational purposes should schools safeguarding? The second is, what educational experiences can be provided that are likely to attain these purposes? So, the third is, how can these educational experiences be effectively organized? And the fourth is, how can we determine whether these purposes are being attained or not? So, Taylor's models shows that in curriculum development, the following considerations should be made, and the first is purposes of the school. So, ang kaning purposes of schools is what educational purposes should a school to achieve. So, in short, unsa man ang goals or objectives not nato for the students. So, the second is educational experiences related to the purposes. So, what educational experiences can we give meet this goal? So, this is where you think about activities and lessons na mo fit sa imuhang objectives. So the third is organization of the experiences. So how do we organize these experiences? Kay di ba if kanang walay mo guide nato or walay structure nga mo guide is maglibog ra ang mga students. So and lastly, evaluation of the experiences. So how will we know if we achieve the objectives? So mao ni ang evaluation part like kanang mga quizzes, performance tasks, or any assessment. So Taylor's model is very goal oriented. So everything starts and ends with the objectives. So kanang mura kag nagplano kanang example in real life lang ha. So mura kag nagplano kanang trip. So una, asa ka paingon or objectives. Then unsa imong buhaton or activities. Then unsa nimo pag-arrange sa schedule or organization. And lastly, i-check nimo kung evaluation. So this connects, ma'am. So the second model is Hilda Taba model or grassroots approach. So she believed that teachers should participate in developing a curriculum as a grassroots approach. So Taba begins from the bottom rather from the top as what Tyler proposed. So si Taba guys kay she believed that teachers should be part of curriculum making. So her approach starts from the bottom up because the teachers going up to the school leaders. So guys, ang kaning grassroots approach ni Hilda Taba is basically like starting the curriculum from the bottom sa teacher gyud mismo dili sa taas like kanang gifted officials. So kay di ba if teachers are the ones who really know unsa gyud ang mga needs sa students. So from the classroom, ilang ideas and lessons ma-share sa school, then eventually ma-adapt sa whole system. So, it varies, and also it very student-centered, meaning this sa actual needs sa bata, not just dictate sa taas. So, moral process ni siya step by step. Una, i-identify sa teacher kung unsang kailangan sa students, then set learning goals, should choose the right content, organize it properly, and pick learning activities, and lastly, i-check sa teachers kung na-learn ba yun sa mga students. So, in short, kanang murag, kanang in example, in real life, kay ang kaning grassroots approach, kay worship kanang grass, it grows from the ground up. So, same with this approach, gikan sa ilang teachers and students, pasaka sa taas. So, Helga Taba kay she gave 6 steps. So the first is diagnosis of learning needs and expectations of the larger society. The second is formulation of learning objectives. Then the third is selection of learning contents. The fourth is organization of learning contents. And the fifth is selection of learning experiences. And And the sixth is determination of what to evaluate and the means of doing it. So please go next one. The third model is Galen Saylor and William Alexander curriculum model. So si Galen Saylor and William Alexander, 1974, viewed curriculum development as consisting of four steps. So curriculum is a plan for providing sets of learning opportunities to achieve broad educational goals and related specific objectives for an identifiable population served by a single school center. So guys, the Saylor and Alexander model is about seeing the curriculum as a plan for learning. So meaning, dili lang siya list of subjects or lessons, it's a whole plan nga kanang design para ma-achieve ang goals sa schools and sa students. So this model has four major parts. So please connect, ma'am. So mauni ang four major parts. So the first is goals, objectives, and domains. Curriculum planners begin by specifying the major educational goals and specific objectives by which to accomplish. So each major goal represents a curriculum domain. So ang kaning first guys kay kanang you define the goals, objectives, and domains. So mao ni ang klaro nga direction unsa ang gusto nato nga ma-learn sa students. So the second is curriculum designing. So curriculum designing is designing a curriculum follows after appropriate learning opportunities are determined of how each opportunities is provided. So will the curriculum be designed along the lines of academic disciplines or according to students' need and interests or along themes? So these are some of the questions that needed to be answered at this stage of the development process. So ang kaning curriculum designing, so you design the learning experiences, so mao ni ang mga activities, methods, and materials na mo fit sa kanang goals. So mura thing ka unsaon nimo pag-make sure na ang mga bata mo-enjoy and learn. So the next na. So the third is curriculum implementation. A design curriculum is now ready for implementation. Teachers then prepare instructional plans where instructional objectives are specified and appropriate teaching methods and strategies are utilized to achieve the desired learning outcomes among students. So the third is curriculum implementation. So we organize the learning experiences. So by equalize sequence, mabubot ang flow sa learning. So and lastly is the evaluation. So a comprehensive evaluation using a variety of evaluation techniques is recommended. So ang kaning last kay you evaluate para makita nimo ang effective ba ang imong curriculum and kung na-achieve gyud ang goals. So example in real life. So in short, this model is very organized, teacher-friendly, and goal-focused. So, kana example in real life no, kanang murag recipe ka. So, una, i-decide mo unsa imong lutoon or goals. So, then, i-prepare niyo ang mga ingredients. So, learning activities. Then, imo ipang-arrange ang mga cooking steps or organization. Then, imo din i-test kung lami bagyod ang imong or na-achieve bagyod ang imong giluto or evaluation. So, mao po na ang mga needs of students na kanang dapat sa evaluation is kanang ma-achieve yun sa kanang mga students ang ilahang mga kanang mga hindrance sa ilaha sa mga subject. So, this connects na. So, all the models utilize the process of the first is curriculum planning, the second is curriculum designing, the third is curriculum thinking, and curriculum evaluating. So, even if these models are different, they all go through the same course stages. So, ang kanina models, if we follow this, we make sure our curriculum is not just a document, but a living plan that really improves learning. So, that's This connects, ma'am. So that will be all. Thank you.